I'm Sean Donovan,
I'm Trevor Sorek.
and welcome back to the Fine Cut. Today's episode, we're going to be talking about the new movie that is not really. It
Came out last week.
It's been a while in theaters. We were off last week, but we're now getting around to the one that came out. I think it came out wide last weekend, because it was originally limited to New York and L.A. the week before that.
Yeah.
But it's the new movie Bottoms. This was one of my most anticipated films. I'm pretty sure. Let me go back at looking at the list. But we talked about this on our first episode, and is a queer Fight Club movie, directed by Emma Seligman. Seligman?
Sounds good.
Yeah, that sounds good. Sorry Sorry, Emma, if you're listening. Sorry for butchering your name. But we'll talk about that, and as well as her debut feature that you watched this weekend, Shiva Baby. So,
Yes, I did.
So we'll talk about those two. But first, how's it going, Trevor?
I am doing good.
Yeah?
Nothing to report.
Nothing.
I don't
Past
know.
2 weeks, nothing.
Well,
Nothing.
football
super.
started, so that's exciting.
Yeah, your team won.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was kind of ugly. My God.
Where was it? I didn't watch them.
It was not like a well played game, really. But they won, so
Yeah.
that's all that matters.
I'm pretty.
W's.
I keep forgetting that we did mention that we are Lions fans.
Yeah.
And
Lions.
just like
They won
yeah.
the game. If you're a Chiefs fan, I don't feel sorry for you.
Damn, that's cold-blooded.
I'm
But,
ruthless. I know.
While football was going on, the fun thing that is my
Your fandom?
my fandom, the Venice Film Festival was going on,
Ugh,
and
you nerd.
as well as the Toronto International Film Festival.
Was there a haunting there?
Is that a
In Venice?
what?
Was there a
No.
haunting there?
No, that's next week.
Oh, that's the movie. Okay.
That's next week. What are you talking about?
That's a live stream event, right?
What?
The haunting
The Haunting?
in Venice.
The Haunting in Venice? I don't know. But I do know that we could probably say next week we're going to do Haunting in Venice, because I'm pretty sure that comes out next week. I think so.
We're not saving that for the Halloween roundup.
Nah, Haunting in Venice. That's not too spooky. But
There's
anyways,
ghosts. That's pretty scary.
I feel like at the end of that movie it's going to be like a Scooby-Doo reveal, like, oh, it's actually a rear projection.
Isn't Kenneth Branagh in that movie?
Yeah, he's the director as well.
It was Kenneth Branagh all along.
That would be an interesting.
Man.
Well, I mean, this is the end of a trilogy. I don't know if he's going to be doing.
He was
any other
trying to
ones.
scare all the tourists out of Venice.
No, that would be really funny if that is the actual plot of the movie. But besides that, the Venice Film Festival was going on. And some movies that we talked about on our first episode actually premiered there.
They did?
Yeah, they did. Yeah. I'm pulling up right now what we said. Poor Things, one of mine. That premiered there, as well as I think Challengers premiered there. I'm not 100% sure because that got delayed. It might have not.
Hard-hitting analysis here.
Let me look that one up. But those two, that at least Poor Things premiered there. As well as I'm looking at our list, and
We're waiting, Sean.
give me a minute, God. I can tell you this: Maestro, Bradley Cooper's newest film, premiered there.
What is that about?
That is about the conductor Leonard Bernstein.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were just gonna be like the conductor.
The conductor of
guy.
No.
Who I don't know his name.
Yeah, I
Some
don't.
guy.
It's some guy. But Michael Mann he premiered Ferrari, the new Adam Driver Enzo Ferrari movie that's going to be coming out. That premiered there.
Wait,
and
wait. No, Adam Driver was Gucci though.
he was Gucci.
You can't be both.
He can be both.
What famous Italian is he gonna be next?
Mario. Some guy named Mario.
That would have been better than Chris Pratt. Let's be real.
Imagine Adam Driver's voice as Mario.
I don't think he'd be good at it. That's not the point.
Hey guys, it's me, Mario.
Like
That's it. That's my impression of Adam Driver.
that was nowhere close. His voice is a little too deep.
Hey guys, it's me, Mario.
I don't know.
I'm just gonna stop the Adam Driver impressions, but also Sofia Coppola's Priscilla, the new Priscilla Presley movie.
Side tangent. Why did Nick Cage change his name so that like people don't? He's a Coppola.
Yeah, that was just an odd side tangent.
Well, you mentioned a Coppola,
Okay.
so I was like, why did he change his name so he wouldn't be associated with them?
I think he might have been like, oh well, I don't want to.
I
got to
do my own thing.
Yeah.
But like he chose Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, that's
That's such a
sick.
stupid name.
That's sick. Well, I'm
Cage?
gonna look up why he changed his name, but also, as I do that, but yeah, Priscilla was was premiered there, as well as David Fincher's new film, The Killer, with Michael Fassbender. So it's Venice has got a lot of hopefuls.
Good combo. Lynch and Fassbender.
Lynch.
Oh, Fincher.
Oh, yeah, Fincher.
I get them confused every 3 seconds.
Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, but the cool thing is that the Venice winners of all the prizes were announced today, the day we were recording this, and the one that took home the Golden Lion, which is best film.
The Golden Lion?
Yes, that's their
prize.
prize.
First time I've ever heard of that. Sounds like some kind of like relic that Indiana Jones has to like replace.
He's like, I have to.
The trap thing, so the boulder comes down.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they were like
in Indiana Jones. It's a golden monkey, right?
I think so. You know what? I'm gonna create a film festival now, and I'm just gonna name every single prize something that Indiana Jones would steal. Because,
you got the Dial of Destiny. Time traveled.
The time travel award, but I did find
people would fight over that. Anyway,
they would.
Golden Lion. Who won the Golden Lion?
The Golden Lion was won by Yorgos Lanthimos' Poor Things, the new Emma Stone, Mark Ruffalo, which got rave reviews.
So you just reminded me that Yorgos Lanthimos is the guy who did Killing of a Sacred Deer.
Yes, he did.
I hated that movie.
You hated that movie.
I just
really
straight up did not like it. I didn't get it. It was awkward and it was like hard to
that's
watch.
That's the point.
Is that the point of that movie?
I don't know.
Because why would you make a movie like that? I did not like it at all.
It's.
But I think I've seen something else by Yorgos that I liked.
He's done The Lobster.
I didn't see that.
The Favorite.
Didn't see that.
Dogtooth.
Nope.
I'm running out of Yorgos.
Okay, maybe
here.
that was my only Yorgos Lanthimos.
Yeah, that's
if so. I'm not really a fan.
Damn.
To be honest, but
but maybe
Poor
Poor
Things.
Things. Poor Things though is gonna be it's like a sex comedy.
Oh.
So it's like a weird Frankenstein-esque sex comedy.
That doesn't sound appealing, but okay.
But it's gotten great reviews. It's sitting right now at a 98% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Didn't they already do that kind of thing with the one where the nerds make the woman
Weird Science?
Yeah. It's alive.
It is technically a. Well, this one's gonna be artsy.
Okay.
The only excuse for having two films of the similar nature. This one's artsy, guys. This one's gonna win awards.
But good.
Yeah. But right now it's in at a 98 on Rotten Tomatoes. which is not like the best rating because Rotten Tomatoes is kind of hot water right now. But
It is.
yeah, some PR team came out and said, yeah, we paid people $50 to boost reviews on Rotten Tomatoes.
That's it.
Yeah,
They didn't ask for more.
I was gonna say the first thing that came to my mind when I heard that was $50, really?
They
50?
posted a Craigslist ad
They probably did,
or
but
something.
but it's in at an average score of 9.2. So I'm assuming it's good, which I'm only gonna assume from what people have said in Venice. But second one, the Silver Lion Grand Jury Prize was given to a movie called Evil Does Not Exist. That is by Rasuke Hamaguchi, which you are looking at me right now dumbfounded by that name.
I didn't even emote. I don't know what you're talking about.
He directed Drive My Car from like 2 years ago that was nominated for Best Picture.
Another film I haven't seen.
Yeah. It's a good movie, but nothing really too spectacular with the Best Director award there. Matteo Garomi, I'm assuming. Garome.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Garone. He won, or they won.
You know what would be a great addition to Letterboxd? If like you see a name and then there's like a little icon next to it you can click and you can hear someone say their name.
I like that idea. Actually, that would be a very good addition to Letterboxd.
Solo Madueña. Like, get it right.
It would help a lot, and I wouldn't have to like look up these names and have to get a YouTube link that's like some person just saying the name out loud.
You got to find like an interview where they talk to them and address them by their full name.
Exactly, but even then, it's like sometimes they fuck it up there,
and
like,
they're too kind and they don't correct them.
Well, yeah, like there's the whole Brendan Fraser thing. Like for the
I thought it was Frazier.
I want you to meet him now and say that. Like just straight to his face. Oh my god, you're Brendan Fraser. But yeah, there was the longest time where everyone would just call him Fraser, and his name's actually Fraser. So that actually you should send that into Letterboxd. We should send Letterboxd.
Will they give me money?
Maybe.
I only want it if I get money.
What about $50?
That's enough.
Yeah.
According to those Rotten Tomatoes.
I was gonna say, yeah. But the two big ones is that Best Actress was given to Kaylee Spaney.
Oh my god.
I'm not good at the names today, but she.
You wanted to say Spacey for a second.
It looks like Spacey, but it's not Spacey. There's no C in it. So Spaney, yeah. But she was playing Priscilla Presley in Priscilla. So I think that has knocked her into maybe the Best Actress race, which we'll go over here in a quick second.
Is Priscilla who Elvis married or his daughter?
That's his wife.
Oh,
Priscilla Presley.
Okay.
But then Best Actor is Peter Skarsgård. For a movie called Memory with that he's in with Jessica Chastain that should be coming out later this year. I'm pretty excited for it.
What confuses me is that there's more than one Skarsgård.
Well, yeah, it's the Skarsgård. I can't pronounce the names today. What the hell? Yeah. Anyways.
This is getting out of hand. Now there's two of them.
There's like four. There's Alexander. There's Stellan, which is their father. There's Peter.
Oh, right. Okay.
And then there's the guy who played Pennywise.
I didn't even Bill
Skarsgård. Yeah.
I didn't even realize that.
There's
to be
like
honest.
a bunch of Skarsgårds just running around.
I just hear Skarsgård and I just assume it's the same one every time.
But
I mean, probably.
Just imagining that you're like, oh yeah, it's got this guy. Perfect.
Huh, he looks different this time. Weird.
But yeah, so them two won the Best Acting awards at Venice.
Is there a bronze lion?
No, there's only gold and silver.
What? Okay, they're gonna do silver and gold, but what about bronze? Where's the platinum lion? The diamond lion?
that's what they say. That's if you ask them that question, that's what they do.
Uh,
They
we
get on
only
their, they
we
basically
only
like,
there's 2 tiers and nothing else.
Yep. They go, and then they get on their boat and drive away.
Right.
So
It is Venice.
yeah. Yeah. So that's Venice. That's what happened at Venice this past week to week and a half, and then TIFF is going on right now. We've gotten premieres for The Boy and the Heron, which is the new Hayao Miyazaki film. Are you excited for that? New Studio Ghibli coming out this year. Hayao Miyazaki, I'm excited.
Yes. I've
I should just get you a soundboard that says yes, no.
Studio Ghibli.
Yeah,
I've seen I don't think I've seen a single one all the way
I've
through.
seen 2. I've seen Porco Rosso and My Neighbor Totoro.
I've only ever seen parts. I've never watched one all the way through. I know they're
Well-
great. I know they're great.
Well,
but
I'm gonna be making you watch some of them because we're gonna definitely talk about The Boy and the Heron when that comes out.
I'll start with Ponyo.
That's actually might be a good starting point. Or My Neighbor Totoro, honestly. My Neighbor Totoro is amazing. But
It's on the list.
yeah. Yeah, also at TIFF, Dumb Money, which comes out later, not this month, but earlier next month.
I just
Found
watched
that out.
the Big Short.
The Big Short. Yeah, I saw that.
So-
So, I hope you're ready for that.
I
I'm
wonder
excited.
if Dumb Money is as good as the Big Short. We'll see.
Definitely.
That'd be awesome.
It's gotten some good buzz, some good reviews, and it's got our boy Paul Dano. I still cannot see Paul Dano without thinking about what our friend said, that I'm like Paul Dano in the Batman.
You?
Yeah. When the Batman came out,
Hey, what's up, guys?
yeah.
Thanks for
Yeah,
subscribing.
one of our friends said that I was like the one scene where he's like, "Hey guys, I just want to say that I'm in prison."
Right.
They said that I was like me. Like, I don't know if I could take offense to that or not, but
That part is so unintentionally funny.
it really is. But
Or maybe
yeah.
it was the intent. I don't know.
I think it was the intent. But that's
Okay,
the Batman.
there's no
pod.
way you can have someone liking it and then a bunch of hearts come up while he's streaming and
It's
not
on
be
Instagram
funny.
Live.
Yeah.
It's like little hearts. They got. What if he became like one of those TikTok NPCs? Have you seen those on TikTok? There's
No.
there's like people acting like NPCs on TikTok, and they're like, yum, great ice cream cone, hot dog, yeah. Like, it's so weird.
We should just have one episode where
We just become NPCs and start
Wow,
reviewing.
that was a great. Well, we kind of are like that anyway.
Okay.
Wow, that was a great movie.
Very good. Thumb up.
I enjoyed it.
Yay. We should do an episode like that. But also quick, I don't know if I said this, but Nick Cage, you know how he asked why he changed his name? He changed it to avoid nepotism.
You can't avoid it. You're like, okay, who are you related to?
Well, I mean,
Like, how did you get this job? Yeah, my dad.
well,
He
did-
recommended
I mean,
me.
he was in Coppola's films, but he avoided it. He says
Who's this strange young man who looks like you?
he said it says, quote, to avoid the appearance of nepotism as Coppola's nephew. His his choice of name was inspired by the Marvel comic superhero Luke Cage.
No way. He's that
So-
much of a nerd.
He's like,
Wait,
imagine that
hey.
becoming like,
Isn't Luke Cage black in the comics?
yes.
Interesting. Well, yeah.
Wow, Nicholas. All right.
Appropriating a character.
I can't believe it.
Wow.
But anyways, let's quickly jump into the
You should have just
Oscar-
went with Nicholas Superman, since he likes Superman so much.
Well, he is Superman in The Flash. That's
Yeah,
a
it's-
spoiler for The Flash
No one cares.
that no one gives a shit about. But yeah, with this whole, Venice and TIFF going on, we're starting right into the Oscar season now. We're getting into those, the movies coming out are going to be Oscar contenders. Even though it's kind of it's going to be kind of a dull few weeks. But it's gonna start kind of picking up here.
Culminating with Marshawn Lynch winning Best supporting actor.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get into Marshawn here, and we're gonna get into him in a few minutes here when we discuss bottoms. But uh, it's mainly, I would say, it's Oscar season's probably gonna kick off when Killers of the Flower Moon comes out, which also was announced that it's not going to have a limited release. It's just going to go wide on October 20th.
Good.
So I'm excited. The same day,
The Creator comes out this month too, which
The Creator does come out this month. I don't know if that's going to be an Oscars contender,
no, but
it's going to be great.
No, it would be a contender. You know what for? Visual effects.
Yeah, visual effects.
As is tradition with all sci-fi movies.
Of course. But I think Killers of the Flower Moon is going to kick off the Oscar,
The serious Oscar.
Stuff, because after that we get The Holdovers, The Killer, May, December, Next Goal Wins, which Maestro, Napoleon, The Bike Riders, Poor Things, all these movies that I'm so excited about. Which, by the way, did you see the trailer for The Bike Riders, the new Jeff Nichols film with Austin Butler in it?
No, I didn't watch the trailer, but I saw the picture of the poster that you showed me.
Yes. I don't know if I put this on my top list of. I didn't, which is odd. But I put the
You
one.
just forgot about it. It
I
got
guess.
lost in the shuffle.
I guess
much
it
like
did.
Aquaman 2. That was a fake
Yeah.
headline, but I thought it was funny.
Yeah, before we started.
They just lost Aquaman. They don't know where it is.
Well, then it did lead to us.
It's
actually
somewhere in the
seeing-
servers. We swear we can't find it.
It's missing.
It might as well be.
Yeah, it's got no trailer. Do you think it's gonna come out in December?
No, I really don't.
Because I think that means, like, looking at my notes, for the releases at least, it should be coming out the same day as a movie called Anyone But You, which is a Sydney Sweeney, Glenn Powell, rom-com, and Rebel Moon, the new Zack Snyder film on Netflix. But it will also be going up against Migration, the new Illumination film. So honestly, it might need to take the L and just walk away.
Is Illumination finally done milking the
Minions? No.
The Minions?
No, they implemented the Minions into their logo. Did you see that?
Yeah.
So
it's not going
they're
anywhere.
Far from it. Yeah, we're the Oscars. That's where we were. I'm going kind of off variety, but the Best Picture with Venice and TIFF. They say that this. What do you feel about this? I'm gonna ask you. I'm gonna read them off, and then I want your opinions on it. So for Best Picture, they have Air, Barbie, The Holdovers, Killers of the Flower Moon, Maestro, Oppenheimer, Past Lives, Poor Things, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, and The Zone of Interest all being nominated. With it says that it should have predicted winners, but it's not on there.
I feel like out of that list, Oppenheimer and Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse have real good shots.
Oh, really?
Well, Spider-Man won't win. I know.
Well, yeah.
I'm
Do you
very
think it's
confident
gotta-
it won't win, but I feel like it definitely should be in the conversation for maybe
For
winning.
nomination?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think this would be the first time
I feel like Oppenheimer will win.
Oppenheimer's
going to
win.
I don't think Air has any shot. Or Barbie.
I don't think Air, Barbie. I haven't seen The Holdovers. The Holdovers hasn't really had a.
Did
I
it
don't know if
even
it's
come
had
out
a
yet?
premiere. The Holdovers?
Yeah.
No, that's coming out in November, October, November range.
I don't have faith that will do anything. I don't even have faith that will be a good movie.
Well, the director's Alexander Payne, which he is a very good, interesting director, a very good director. I'm pulling.
It just looks kind of boring because the trailer gave away the entire plot.
Well, I think it's going to be more of a
I hope there's a curveball in there. Is all I'm saying.
I hope so too. I mean,
looks kind of boring.
I like a lot of Alexander Payne stuff. I mean, Election with Reese Witherspoon and Matthew Broderick, I really enjoyed. Nebraska, that was a quarantine favorite of mine and my dad's, where we just kind of watched and went, damn. He also did Sideways, with Paul Giamatti, who's in Holdovers,
Yeah.
and that's a pretty beloved movie. But I have a hope that that's good. The one that's kind of standing out to me though is honestly Spider-Verse, because it would be interesting if it does get nominated for Best Picture, because that means that it would, I think the last animated movie to be nominated in Best Picture was Toy Story 3.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It'd be interesting.
I
All
feel
the
like-
other ones kind of feel kind of safe picks.
I feel like Oppenheimer will win. Oppenheimer, like Chris Nolan, he has a lot of haters, but the
Yeah.
people who love Chris Nolan really love Chris Nolan.
Yeah.
I'm a Chris Nolan fan. I wouldn't say I'm like his number one fan or anything,
Mhm.
because like, for example, I didn't like Dunkirk, or
I'd love Dunkirk though.
Dunkirk was
Dunkirk was kind of pegged as his like.
it was a good
that was his.
experience, but it wasn't really a movie
It's a
because
good
there's
movie.
no main character, man. But
I disagree, but that's we'll get to the we should
and like
do a Dunkirk.
Tenet had a really cool concept and mind blowing action, but
Yeah.
like,
Do you think this
was
is-
missing something.
Oppenheimer's kind of the culmination of his career, where he's
Oppenheimer is probably his best movie.
Like, okay,
I think it should win out of
Yeah.
that list,
all right,
or
I-
it will win. Maybe not that it should, but it will.
okay. Well, a lot of people. I did read somewhere that someone said that their prediction is that Poor Things is going to take Best Picture, and
Really?
Chris Nolan's going to do director. So
Hmm.
interesting, but actually,
Does that happen a lot? You're kind of somewhat of an expert.
yeah,
Does it happen a lot where director is not best picture? Like they
the
don't
Best
line up,
Picture is
like different movie.
it happens occasionally. I think it happened last year. No, 2 years ago, when Jane Campion won for Power of the Dog Best Director, but then lost to Coda. So it's possible. It's happened before. Which I'm pulling up 2023 Oscars, because I mean this Oscars Everything Everywhere won, and the Daniels won Best Actor or Director. So it sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. So
I want an actual percentage breakdown of how often this happens.
there definitely is.
Get back to me in 5 minutes.
Definitely.
You better have these stats pulled up. You don't have your spreadsheet up?
I'm just like a bit. You know
You
how
just
like
hear, like,
stockbrokers
you just hear like
have.
furious clicking, or like typing.
I'm getting it done as fast as I can, boss. I'm getting it done. Please, give me 2 more minutes. But going into directors, what Variety has pegged for their 5 picks is Gerwig for Barbie, Jonathan Glazer for The Zone of Interest, Yorgos Lanthimos for Poor Things, Chris Nolan for Oppenheimer, and Scorsese for Killers of the Flower Moon. And they have Nolan winning right now. It is still early, but I think I'd agree with that, actually. I haven't seen Killers, nor haven't seen 3 of them.
Well, yeah,
But I
they
think-
haven't come out yet, but I would like to see those
Yeah.
first.
But I think if it was down to, I'd have to, like I said, I have to see. But right now, I think Nolan might have it. Honestly,
I feel like it could be a situation where he doesn't win Best Director, but he still gets Best Picture with Oppenheimer. To
Maybe.
be honest,
I mean, I think the upset though would be like Gerwig winning. In all honesty,
no.
because I don't know. Upset. I think
I'm
is
not.
Barbie.
I don't feel like it. I don't feel like it's.
Barbie's good, but like sitting kind of marinating in the Barbenheimer aftermath, I think Oppenheimer is gonna come home with a lot of Oscars this year.
I think everyone liked Barbie, but
Barbie was the good, like,
personally, I think it was
Blockbuster.
good, maybe not great.
yeah, that's
Which
fair.
I think a lot of people have that opinion.
Yeah, but
Let us know if you disagree in the comments.
definitely that actually, yeah, start integrating more of the comment section and stuff. But Then actor. I'm only going to do actor, actress,
someone's
supporting
gonna
actor,
someone's
supporting actress.
someone's gonna comment. You're wrong, wrong,
Boo! You suck.
and not say why.
Um,
Just you're wrong.
But 4 more quickly. Best actor in leading role. They got Leo for Killers of the Flower Moon, Coleman Domingo for Rustin, which is going to be on Netflix and is premiering at TIFF soon. I know that. Paul Giamatti in The Holdovers, Cillian Murphy in Oppenheimer, and Jeffrey Wright for American Fiction. And they have Coleman Domingo winning, which is odd because I think I could see it going down to Cillian Murphy and Leo. Maybe Paul Giamatti. You know,
I don't know.
throw in the what would be a nickname for Paul Giamatti? The G-Man.
PGO.
The G.
PG.
I like the G-Man.
Just call him Geo.
Geo.
Yeah.
Just Geo. Okay. Actress in the leading role. They got Sandra Huller for Anatomy of the Fall, which won the Palme d'Or at Cannes this past spring. Carey Mulligan for Maestro, Natalie Portman for May December, Margot Robbie for Barbie, and Emma Stone for Poor Things. Which I read that and I go, that's interesting that the actor didn't have Bradley Cooper from Maestro. It's just, it's just one of those things.
Maybe Insider Hollywood. Yeah, he just sucks in that movie.
Well, there was controversy because he had a prosthetic nose. Because Leonard Bernstein had this big nose and
he's gonna deliver the best performance, but like, nah, I'm not feeling his nose.
His nose
weird.
is off. Well, like people were saying, like, oh, it's what was the? Let me see the controversy. Basically, it was like Bradley Cooper is going into I think it was
sicko mode.
No, he's like being anti-Semitic because of it.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's dressing up,
I thought you were gonna say he's going extra hard on his acting.
Yeah, it says Cooper. This is on Wikipedia. Cooper's use of a large prosthetic nose to portray Bernstein, who was Jewish, was criticized by some as an example of quote Jew face. Following the release of photographs from the set.
Here's a question: why don't they just cast a Jewish person to play a Jewish person?
Fair, but
is that so hard?
Yeah, well, I mean, but also like Bradley Cooper wrote this, and he's worked with the family. He's worked with the family too, and they've come out and said like, hey, what is it?
Is he getting the Jew pass? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm not. Let's just get out of here. Let's get out of this conversation. But they have. Going back to actress, they have Emma Stone winning for Poor Things, which would be interesting because that would be her second Oscar, her Best Actress Oscar. So, then what do you feel for those?
Emma Stone probably.
Yeah.
Do you think right.
I will say I could see a Margot Robbie push near the end of the cycle.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not like. The acting wasn't bad in Barbie or anything, but I don't know. The more time between me watching the movie and me now, I'm like, nah.
Yeah. I can see the push. So, actor in a supporting role. They got De Niro for Killers of the Flower Moon, Robert Downey Jr. for Oppenheimer, Ryan Gosling for Barbie, Charles Melton for May December, and Mark Ruffalo for Poor Things. And they have Mark Ruffalo winning. Which is interesting because I feel
so you're telling me Poor Things is like the
front runner. It is
for
the
a
front
lot
runner,
of stuff
right now. Which
we'll see.
I mean, it makes sense because it's gonna December release.
Who's that from the from the top? Oh my God, it's Jamie Lee Curtis. Elbow.
I could see someone like Ryan Gosling having that like.
Watch out.
Thing. I personally would like Robert Downey Jr. to win. The hard thing about talking about this right now is that we haven't seen some of these movies. So
we're speculating.
But
and you know what they say about speculating?
What do they say?
It's
They speculate.
It might not be accurate.
That's true. But I think Robert Downey Jr. did an amazing job in Oppenheimer, and I think.
Oh, I think he's. Yeah, I feel like he should probably win.
Okay.
Because he was.
We're gonna watch Poor
was
Things
like
and gonna be like the biggest Poor Things supporter now.
Well, I don't know. Oppenheimer is really tough to beat. I think Oppenheimer was really good. So.
All
we'll
right.
see.
I honestly just want to mention that I'm a little upset that Marshawn Lynch
is not
in here.
Where's your Glenn Howerton?
I think Marshawn
got
Lynch
lost in the shuffle.
Kind of did, you know.
Just like Aquaman 2.
It really
so sad.
Yeah. I that hope is slowly fading that Glenn Howerton and Marshawn Lynch would be nominated, but
I don't think it was ever gonna happen to begin with.
I had hope, Trevor. I had some hope.
Well, it was
that's
misplaced.
hard to find in this world, you know.
It was misplaced. Your dreams are crushed. Have a nice day.
Fuck your feelings. I don't give a shit. Just
exactly.
Stomping on my dreams. And then finally, actress in a supporting role: Emily Blunt for Oppenheimer, Penelope Cruz for Ferrari, American Ferrera for Barbie, Lily Gladstone for Killers of the Flower Moon, and Divine Joy Randolph for The Holdovers. They have Lily Gladstone winning for Killers, which, honestly, I could feel, like I said with the Margot Robbie push, I could feel there could be a push for America Ferrera for Barbie, because she's got that nice meaty monologue right in the middle about what it is to be a woman, and I could see them pushing that. Be like, look, guys,
all right,
you know,
that sentence could have gone so many places.
I think that they're gonna have the push, and I wouldn't mind it. I think American Ferrera is great.
Noted.
I really do need to get you a soundboard just so you go, yes. No, I'll get you one of those buttons that like the dogs have to communicate, you know. But any person that you
didn't already say?
Yeah.
I don't know one that you didn't already say. I don't know.
All right. Yeah, that's pretty much Oscars. We'll definitely be keeping up with Oscars over the coming months, especially when we see, you know, stuff like The Killer that wasn't even mentioned in there, but might be actually, you know, might come out and be like one of David Fincher's best films, you know. But we'll definitely be keeping up with this, and all the way to the Oscars, which I think, you know, that's a while from now, but we'll definitely be having either an episode or a special episode about the Oscars. So might as well go.
We'll have our own award show.
Turn this into what would our award show be called?
I got nothing, but that's not important right now.
All right. You know what is important though? Bottoms.
Yes.
A new movie. We are almost 40 minutes into this episode that is supposed to be about Bottoms, and we haven't even discussed it.
You can have like a you know, skip ahead button.
Yeah, I'll put that in there.
Put chapters on the YouTube video.
What about for the people listening on Spotify?
They can just skip ahead. I don't know. They'll figure it out.
Man, we should have said this.
Boring.
Yeah.
You can insert the sentence in the beginning. If you want to hear about Bottoms, go to the 40-minute mark. You just put that at the front. Boom.
Okay. I'll do that.
You're not gonna do that, are you?
No, I will. Anyways, Bottoms. We saw this almost a week ago.
Yep.
It's been sitting marinating in our minds.
Sure.
And what do you think? What's your first? Go back a week ago.
I didn't know what I was getting into.
What was your first reaction going in and first reaction coming out?
So like the first scene is pretty like them talking in the like their bedroom or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay, maybe I'm in for a long movie. This, you know, this seems kind of like, you know, I don't know where this is going. And then like within a couple minutes, you're like, wait, this is a trip. This is weird. Like, nothing makes sense. The way
Yeah.
people are interacting, like, this is the most unserious thing I've ever seen. Like, it's bizarre, but in a good way. And by the time I walked out, I was like, man, that was really weird and different. And I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
I would agree with you. I saw the trailer. So when I watched the trailer,
I was going in blind. Didn't see the trailer.
Well, the thing that got me was like in the trailer they have the trailer starts with the principal the principal's announcement that happens like 15 minutes into the movie where on the what the heck is
intercom?
Intercom, thank you. In the intercom he goes, "Can the untalented gays come to the office?" And I was like, that starts the trailer. And I went, "Huh. Hopefully that's not like the entire movie." And I think after that first scene I went, "Oh shit, it is the entire movie." And it took me some time to get used to it. But
like at the beginning, you're still like, okay, are they just imagining people like saying like interacting this way, or is this like played straight?
It definitely feels very dreamlike.
It's like played straight. It's like all these like weird things happening, like especially in the background, like the football players wearing their entire football uniform in like class and stuff.
They do that. They don't change.
There's one
time in the entire movie where you see them in a different outfit.
The one part where they walk into the classroom and the football players in the cage or whatever in the background.
It's in the background.
It's like nothing. No one pays attention or draws any attention to it either. You're like, oh, okay, this is like a weird movie. Gotcha.
If I was to recommend this to people, it would have to be, I'd have to say, stick with it for the first 10 minutes. You might want to leave, but stick with it and you'll be rewarded with it. It is, to me, one of those, like, if I said turn off your brain movie, this is what it is. This is like a textbook example of just like, don't think too much into it and you'll have a fun ride.
That was hard for me to do because like me thinking too much while watching the movie is like someone will do something that's totally like inappropriate for school and then the teacher will be like, yeah, and like encourage them or something. And you're like, that would never happen in real life.
Yeah.
That's, you know, and then you're like, wait, this is a comedy, Trevor. This is supposed to be stupid.
Yeah.
Like,
well, like you came out of it or you came out of this, or when we got out of the movie, you like turned to me and went, you said something about Superbad, and it kind of made me thinking about. It started to make me think about it, and I was like, there's the scene in Superbad when he's talking to the teacher in home ec class, and it's like, I would never swear in front of a teacher, but he's like, you know, just home ec is so stupid. I mean, when am I going to need to make a tiramisu? When am I going to need to make a good tiramisu? This is bullshit. Sorry for the language, but it's fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
And sorry for the swear. It's like, that is outlandish, but this takes it to a whole different level.
Yeah, it takes it to a new level. I would say, like, you know, you bring up Superbad, similar vein, like parts with McLovin and the two cops. Feel very weird and like, what planet is this happening on? Where there's like,
but
no
it's
rules,
a comedy.
But it's a comedy.
Yeah,
it's like, it was that kind of vibe.
Yeah, I will say because you know we brought up comedy as a genre, and our third episode was about
which we didn't have a lot of nuanced analysis for that one. So.
Yeah, well, it was because the difference about Bottoms to me compared to something like No Hard Feelings and Joyride, because honestly the first 10 minutes of Bottoms I was like, oh shit, I'm in for another Joyride situation, where I liked the trailer, I liked the people in it, did not like the movie.
Right.
And the difference between those two is that this kind of knows what it is, knows what it wants to be, and sticks with it.
Bottoms will, like, you know, there's like the obvious low-hanging joke that they could do, but then they won't do that. They'll do something else, or
Yeah.
like there's something in the background, or they go up for a straight up visual gag, or like just something that's like funny timing.
Yeah.
Like I think the funniest thing in the movie for me was not like a raunchy joke or anything. It was Ao. I don't. Is that her?
Edbury?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The actress kicking a can down the road.
Yeah.
Like during like like the sad lull in a movie, that part like before the third act,
Yep.
literally kicking a can down the road was like the funniest thing for me.
Well, I think the funniest part is that they're all doing something like there's a montage in the middle of as you said, at the end of the second act going into the third, where they I just realized we haven't even described the plot. Basically, two girls played by Rachel Sennett and Ao Edbury, they create a fight club type. Basically, it's not a fight club, but they create a self-defense club that becomes a fight club in their school to basically get with two other girls that are, I'm looking up their names, but one of them I know is played by Kaya Gerber, and the other is played by Havana Rose Liu. So basically them two, but they're the textbook popular girls.
Yeah.
So they create this fight club to try to get with them. And
how many high school movies are like two guys? That's the plot of the movie.
That's the entire exactly.
Girls.
But it's flips it on its head. It's two women this time. But they create this, and then at the end of the second act, basically it's revealed that they did this to get with these two.
Yeah, they
girls.
were lying.
They were lying.
They weren't doing it for like virtuous feminism reasons. They were just doing it for their self-interest,
just to try to get into someone's pants.
Yeah.
But in this lull, the reason why I say this is because it kind of brings its reason why I brought up the plot quickly is to explain what I love about this scene. Is that it's like Kaya Gerber's character, which the character's name is Brittany, and Isabel, played by Havana Rose Liu. Them two are like doing they're like cheerleading, and then you have the Hazel character, which is a friend of the two Rachel Sennett and Ao Edbury's characters, just kind of like chilling out with the other girls from the fight club. Rachel Sennett's character's, I think, is just kind of like, I think she's just walking in the halls of school and like getting made fun of, and then it cuts to Ao just like kicking the can down the road, where it's like all these people are doing normal things, but you just never see someone down on their luck just kicking a can on the road.
Just the timing of that was really funny.
Yeah. But and I think that's another thing about this movie and of course, comparing movies, because Joyride is nothing like Bottoms, but the thing that I did not like about Joyride is that it was too raunchy. It was trying to basically be something that's like, look, guys, women can be, talk about sex too, where it's like, okay, but you gotta be funny with it. This is funny with it. Like,
oh man, you probably made someone mad. Saying that movie wasn't funny.
Yeah. I think I made a lot of people mad when I said that.
I mean, I don't know. But it doesn't. Bottoms doesn't like go too hard in any one area, and I think that's good.
Oh yeah. Well, I wrote on our little, I wrote down that it knows what it wants to be. The actors know what movie they're in. There's no there's no overacting or no underacting. I think the most underacted part is Marshawn Lynch, which I think we could get into right now, because he is like, he almost is like, they just put someone from the real world into this world, and he's like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, what a good way to. I mean, it's a surrealist comedy, so to have someone who's not even an actor thrown in there is
it is brilliant, honestly.
Because like a lot of it feels like improv for sure, and then at the end you see the outtakes, so you know it is improv.
Yeah, it's improv.
So I thought Marshawn did pretty good. Like he keeps a straight face. He doesn't like break in the middle of a scene or something when he's not supposed to. His character was he's just there to be like the teacher sponsor of their group, and I don't know. I thought it was the way they utilized him was pretty funny.
Yeah, I honestly I'll say this. I wanted a little bit more of him because he
wasn't in there a lot. The principal was like not in there at all. He's like in
like 2 scenes.
Yeah,
but like I think like one of my favorite is when they're all sitting around in the circle and they're like talking about their lives.
It's like,
and he just goes, "I'm going through a divorce. If you guys didn't know," but like throughout the entire movie, he's reading a magazine about divorce. He's like,
at the beginning, he's holding like a swimsuit model magazine, like in the middle of class.
Yeah,
like he's supposed to be the teacher.
But even then, it's like that's outlandish. But at the same time, when the 2 bads are like football players, and one of them's name's Jeff, and Jeff like smashes a beaker on the table, and when he smashes it, Marshawn Lynch goes, "Hey, what the fuck? Like, why'd you do that?" Like, it's so outlandish, but at the same time, it's like he's like the audience surrogate almost, but not really.
No, this movie has no audience surrogate. It's weird. There's no one who's like on some plane of reality.
Yeah.
The closest person maybe would be Ayo Edebiri's character. Closest. I forget what was her name in the movie.
Her name in the movie was Josie.
Josie.
Yeah, the 2 main girls are Josie and PJ. So
Rachel Sennett does a great job of just playing like a feisty, mean-spirited person.
She definitely is like if she did not want to be an actor, and she could easily be like a hype man, like someone that just hypes up crowds.
You think so?
I think this shows it to me. Like
I feel like that's a random connection to make.
I don't know. She like to me this like. Well, because the first time when they first start the Fight Club and there's only like a few people in there, she walks into the room and just like goes like, "What's up, fuckers? You're gonna learn how to fucking fight." Like,
yeah,
it's that hot-headed, but like,
we'll put you in a bucket and then we'll punch you.
Forget about.
It's like that line is so stupid, but it's delivered in a way where it's like, okay, that's kind of funny still.
Well, she's also the reason why they talk about why they're in prison. Why, like, she's the reason why the whole prison rumor starts.
The whole plot of the movie is like they're lying about why they started the club, and it's like, well, yeah, obviously, like,
you guys were in prison,
like juvie.
Yeah,
it's like,
well, then there's, was it Ao? Was it the Ao's character that said like, she killed a girl, but then the girl was revived?
Yeah. She was trying to say like, no, I didn't kill anyone. And then she was like, no, you definitely killed someone. It's like, she was revived. Like, medically dead for like 2 minutes. But
like those are the type of jokes that's like, if it was in like something like Joyride or No Hard Feelings, that would just be like, oh, why are they making this joke? But like, it's so much funnier in Bottom because it's an outlandish comedy.
I will say there are some times where the improv like goes on too long. Like,
I mean, you can say that about like Judd Apatow movies of the 2000s, even Superbad. There's like a few times where it's like, the improving's kind of going on a little too long.
There's a certain point where like you're improving so hard to keep this scene going where it's like, when is this gonna end, kind of thing.
Yeah,
like in a scene.
I didn't feel that much fatigue.
I felt that a little bit because like the way they were arguing, like, oh, I didn't kill anyone. Oh wait, but she was revived, and then like,
yeah,
it just keeps going, and then she's like modifying what she's saying over and over. And it's like, it's 0% believable as a lie, but I guess we're in some weird non-reality where everyone buys it.
Yeah.
Like, it's making fun of like an actual high school movie.
Oh,
like
definitely.
some kind of high school movie that was serious. It's like totally a satire of
Like I said,
that.
I compared you compared to Superbad. It's like Superbad. There is stuff in Superbad that just wouldn't happen. Like it just would not have happened. And even then, it adds in like Superbad does kind of sway into surrealist comedy territory when he like goes into the liquor store or when
Yeah.
he goes in the store trying to buy the liquor, and he's got like the old woman. She's like, "Would you like me to buy you alcohol?" And he goes, "That would be lovely." Like,
Wasn't he imagining that part?
yeah, he was imagining, but like it kind of delves into that surrealist comedy.
Yeah.
And even then, it's like, but this is like full surrealist comedy, and I think Emma Seligman, who's the director, I think she really likes those kind of not really outlandish stories, but somewhat outlandish and making fun of stuff.
It kind of feels like this movie was made up as you go, and then like they wrapped it all up, and they're like, all right, and then they refined it like once, and they're like, yep, it's good. Like the like one what do you call it? Like what's the word?
What?
Like one rough draft, and they're like, it's
yeah,
fine.
that's just
like,
a rough draft.
Yeah, so like we're not gonna do like 12 rough drafts. It's just the one, and you know, I think that actually works.
Yeah,
it feels like Rachel Sennett. Like it feels like her character wrote the movie or something.
Well, Rachel Sennett actually did write the movie
I know.
with Emma
Exactly.
Seligman. And I'm trying to find.
I can tell.
Yeah.
Like in a good way.
Oh yeah, it's definitely like this is a great movie. I think people should go see it. I don't know how much it's made so far. I love
probably
numbers.
like not a lot. It has that barrier about being about two people who are lesbian.
Yeah.
So
currently it's sitting at $6 million made worldwide. So,
what was the budget?
That is actually a good question. Let me look it up. The budget was $11 million. So
it's funny enough. It's funny enough where I think it should definitely make its budget back.
Yeah.
And then some, because I haven't seen a movie like that in a long time.
Yeah. Well,
or maybe ever. That was pretty unique.
Actually, it's kind of interesting because I'm looking at the Wikipedia page and it says while promoting the film Shiva Baby, which we'll get into here in like a minute or two.
Yeah.
Seligman described her next project as, quote, a campy queer high school comedy in the vein of Wet Hot American Summer, but more for a Gen Z queer audience. And when she brings
people
up,
wouldn't understand this movie in the slightest.
Oh, not at all.
This is not an old person movie.
But
Grandma was not going to get it.
Oh, wow. The film, I didn't realize this. It was initially set to only be released on Prime Video. So it was lucky that it got
a theatrical
release. Yeah, but going quickly back to that quote by Seligman, her saying "Wet Hot American Summer," that's really interesting to me because that I could see Bottoms having a Wet Hot American Summer kind of out. Oh my God, I can't think of the name, or can't think of the word, not name.
Like following, like
yeah,
cult following?
kind of a following would happen to Wet Hot American Summer, because that had a cult following.
I feel like because that movie is like, what is that, a 90s movie?
Wet Hot American it's
early 2000s.
Came out in 2001.
So I feel like that one. I feel like it was a different time back then. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if anything contemporary will get that kind of cult following in the same way.
I mean, well, the reason why I say that is because Wet Hot American Summer, its budget was $1.8 million. Its box office, a worldwide box office of 295,000.
Oh my gosh.
And it's like,
that is not good.
Not good at all. But it did only open in 12 theaters.
But you know what? It had
So-
a little something called video sales.
And that's
Like,
I looking
but
at it.
videotapes aren't a thing anymore.
Well, but
How many
streaming
people are
is.
going to buy this on streaming?
If it gets released because it's an MGM movie, it's going to go to Prime. I think if people,
I feel like in
surf-
general, this might be a weird take. You let me know. I feel like in general, high school type comedies are hurt by not having physical media.
I think it is. Yeah, actually,
I feel like that's a very specific
I think
genre.
comedies in general get hurt for not having physical media.
Yeah. I mean, think about it. You're hanging out with your friends as a young person,
But at the same time,
and like you want to go to like the video store, pick up a video, something funny, because you probably get like one comedy and one scary movie, right? That's usually what you do.
Yeah.
And then, something like Bottoms would be sitting there and you're like, oh, this looks funny. Or Wet Hot American Summer or Superbad. I think Superbad was right around the time where video stores still existed, at least. You could get it on DVD and
I would
stuff.
say that was like the prime of that was the prime more of like.
Isn't that like 2008?
Yeah, Superbad came out in 2007. So the
definitely
DVD, Blu-ray,
physical media was definitely still a thing
for
them. And I think that's why Superbad is so well known and well seen.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't feel like Bottoms will get seen by as many people.
But even then, the box office for Superbad was $170 million based on a $20 million budget.
That sounds pretty good.
So, but at the same time, this was also the kind of this was a renaissance, the early to mid 2000s. It was a renaissance for comedies because it was like, I can actually have fun at the
comedies
movies.
usually are terrible.
Yeah, but even then, it's like looking at the box office now. It's like it has to be IP or superheroes, or no one's going.
Yeah.
So I mean,
refreshing to have a movie about unique subject matter. Thank you, Bottoms.
Yeah, and I think I could see another movie that came out earlier this year that I'm looking at our top 10 of the most anticipated from our first episode. I had Theater Camp on there.
How was that?
I enjoyed it.
Was it similar?
It kind of
like
had
those types of movies?
Yeah, it kind of had it was in the vein of it. Definitely not like surrealist comedy like Bottoms, but it was a mockumentary of like, in the vein of like This Is Spinal Tap and Pop Star and
Really?
Waiting for Guffman. Exactly. It's a great movie.
That no one saw.
No one saw it, but it's going to go out on streaming on Hulu, and I have a feeling that when it gets on Hulu, people will watch it.
Mm-hmm.
And we've seen that from time and time again where the streaming kind of, overtakes, helps a movie. Probably a prime example is Banshees of Inisherin. It didn't really do that great in the box office when it was released.
Well, that one had a tough sell. Like, what's it about? Like, these two guys don't like each other.
Still.
Okay.
It's still a good movie, but when it got on Max, people started paying attention to it. I don't know if it went to Hulu.
You think Bottoms is going to, ride a wave to best comedy or something?
I don't think it's going to ride a wave to best,
Do they have a category for that?
No.
Why not?
They have Golden Globes technically do have a best comedy.
But no one cares about Golden Globes?
Yeah, Golden Globes is like a genuine hack of an award show.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, there's so much fraud in it too. Because
but not the Oscars. Okay. It's not a game.
Hey.
It's not some kind of game.
Well, like the only reason why is because like here's some of the past winners for the best. It's called Best Motion Picture Musical or Comedy. Here are some of the winners from the past few years. We have American Hustle, La La Land, The Martian, Les Miserables.
Oh, The Martian's not a comedy.
It's not a
people.
comedy or a
No.
musical. It's like half of these don't make any sense as like comedies or musicals, and it's like, but they're still there.
Yeah.
And it's like, so I think like not having a comedy or musical category would be more fine in the Oscars. But I could see, but what I'm saying is, in the long run, I could see Bottoms having this streaming wave of people actually.
They should have a category for most sass and give it to Rachel Sennett.
Just get Rachel Sennett an Oscar. Just give it to her.
Sure.
She's great. I'm really excited for what she has in the pipeline. She actually has a movie that is filming currently called Holland, Michigan.
Oh.
Which is not too far. Not that far, but it's in Michigan.
You can't walk there.
Can't walk there.
That'd be a bit rough.
But that's coming out I think next year.
Does it say what it's about on there?
It says a woman in a small Midwestern town suspects her husband is living a double life, but things may be worse than she initially imagined. The cast stars Nicole Kidman, Gael Garcia Bernal, Matthew McFadden, which if anyone has watched Succession, if you've watched Succession, Trevor.
No.
Okay, well, he's in Succession. Jude Hill, who was in Kenneth Branagh's Belfast, and Rachel Sennett.
Nice.
That is the main 5 actors in it. But yeah, I'm excited for what Rachel Sennett does. I'm especially think that Emma Seligman is gonna have a.
What was your favorite line in the movie? There's some good ones. in one in particular is like they're at the football game and she's like, "There's no one even over there." It's like, yeah, exactly. Don't you see that as a red flag? There's no one over there. And it's like, it's just because like the movie, like they didn't have like enough production
budget
to
get people over there. Yeah. I think one of my favorite lines of the movie. That's hard, honestly.
You have 10 seconds.
Oh my god. I don't know. I think maybe the
time's up.
Okay.
Moving on.
All right then. Well, you're not gonna hear my favorite line.
Go ahead.
It might have to. It honestly might be I killed someone. Wait, no, I didn't kill someone. She was medically dead for 2 minutes.
There's one part where she's like, "Yeah, they shoved us down in the mud and then they threw like a stick in between us. We like fight to the death."
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, all the prison stuff, honestly.
Or like Marshawn Lynch saying like, "I thought you guys were cool," or like whatever. I think he says something like that.
Yeah, I think anything that deals with the prison, like made up rumor, I think is really funny. So, yeah, I'm excited to see where Emma's
or maybe Jeff saying, like, "Go ahead and prove that women can do anything a man can," and then they bring out the wrestler to fight the girl.
Yeah,
it's like, how is that fair?
She held her own though.
She did.
Hazel held her own in that scene, and then gets fucking
in the outtakes.
slammed.
In the outtakes, you can see that the stunt double is like a dude wearing a wig.
Yeah.
And he pulls it off by accident, and then he's like, "Yeah!" He holds it.
Yeah,
yeah.
See, I think this is the reason why I'd say this might be, might have a nice life on Prime Video and streaming. I think if enough people see it, they'll be like, "Oh, a comedy."
It will for sure find its
it'll
find like its little pocket audience for sure.
Yeah.
Like, no doubt about that. I don't think that was a question though.
Yeah.
It's whether like you can get more people like get eyes on it.
Well, I will ask this last question before we go quickly into a small short review of Shiva Baby. I'm mainly just gonna
a similar.
I'm just gonna give you the floor and let you review Shiva Baby
Oh,
here in a minute. But
okay, that's
do you
pressure.
think? Yeah, I'm just gonna throw this right on you. Do you consider? Could this be a contender for best high school comedy of the past 10 years? Because I
Well,
looked at
if
it.
we're talking about like recently, yeah.
Because like here's some ones that I would say could potentially be considered, but I don't know if it would. Booksmart from 2019.
The problem is I haven't seen a lot of these. As of with every group of movies, every genre, everyone's like, oh, I haven't seen that.
Yeah, I'd watch Booksmart. Booksmart is a good movie, so
Yeah.
I'd recommend it. Booksmart, Lady Bird from Greta Gerwig, film from 2017, I think, and Blockers, the movie where I think it's Ike Barinholtz, John Cena, and what God, I can't think of her name. Hold on.
Blockers. What are they?
Leslie Mann. They try to stop their kids from losing their virginity on prom night. Like that would be, those are like the three that I found that could potentially be high school comedies.
Well, Bottoms fits right in there.
Yeah. But
fits right in there. It's perfect.
Actually, you know what? I'm looking at all these and they have all lives on streaming.
What on streaming?
They all have like another kind of a boost from being on streaming.
Yeah.
Like Booksmart and Blockers are both on Hulu. Ladybird, I'm pretty sure, is on Netflix. Yeah. Or no, it says it's on Hulu and Prime and Paramount. Man, Ladybird's everywhere. But but yeah. Go see Bottoms. And
especially if you like comedy where it's like, what is even happening right now? Or like, did that just happen?
Yeah.
That's my take.
I feel like
what just happened, or why did that happen? That kind of comedy.
Here it is. Here's my grand take. If you like David Lynch, you'll like this movie.
Sell what? How?
I'm just trying to think of like a very surrealist, like kind of a modern surrealist director.
But this is it's
like
funny because like
like
it's definitely targeted towards like Gen Z young people. It's like none of them are gonna know who David Lynch is. But
shit, you're right.
You're right. The kind of surreal.
Yeah.
It's like surrealism, but it's like grounded surrealism, if that makes sense. Like at least they're in a tangible place. Yeah. They're not in like some weird,
like outer dimension.
Yeah, they don't. They stay in the same dimension the whole time. So.
Yeah, but yeah, go see Bottoms. It's a good movie.
Sure.
Thumb up. I'm gonna use our soundboard. Good movie. Thumb up.
Yeah. That wasn't a soundboard. That was you talking.
Shut up. They don't know that. But
now they do.
But because of Bottoms, and actually a reason why I was very excited for Bottoms, and
it's
I
because
actually
of Shiva Baby.
Is because of Shiva Baby. I watched this back, I think 2 years ago. And my God, my review of it was just, how is this still labeled a comedy? This is a suspense thriller of a movie. And
I found it to be pretty funny.
It's funny, definitely, yeah. But it is I still feel more of a thriller. And because we were talking about Bottoms, I tasked you with watching Shiva Baby.
Yep.
And so I'm gonna give the floor to you.
It was like an hour and 20 minutes, but it felt long.
Yes.
That's how you know it's intense.
Yes, it like very much is.
So basically, Rachel Sennett's character is like in a sugar daddy situation with this one guy.
Yep.
And then she has to go to a funeral, like, you know,
after. It's a Shiva.
That's what they're called, because that's like a Jewish thing.
Yes.
Apparently. And so turns out the sugar daddy guy, is someone that knows her family and is like at the Shiva. And then it's like, you know, horrifically awkward for her. And that's like the whole thing. basically. It's just
Yeah.
awkward. And then also her former love interest is there because,
Have to have
family and
more
friends.
tension.
So there's like 3 parties now. And then like, oh, but the dude has a wife. So now there's
Isn't it also like
there's like
they
a
have
fourth
a
person?
newborn
They have a
kid as
They have
well?
a child who doesn't stop screaming the entire time.
See,
Crying.
this is why I say it's a thriller.
Why would you bring a baby to a Shiva?
Why would you
Why would you do that? Why would you
really
Shiva baby?
I was gonna say I was really expecting you to say that joke.
Yeah, well,
You've been saying that joke ever since I told you to watch Shiva Baby.
I've never heard the term Shiva before. 'Cause
Yeah.
why would I? I'm not Jewish. But why would you Shiva baby? You wouldn't do that.
Is that your full review of the movie?
Yeah, that's it. Well, the dad character was so funny.
Yes.
Like,
yeah, he that is.
I think pretty much anyone who grew up in a family with like a father figure and a mother figure who have been married a long time and kind of hate each other a little bit can relate. It's like the mom is like, you have dementia, like quit forgetting everything, and he's like, oh, where'd I put my keys? Like, oh, and he's like worried about like something not important. I think everyone can kind of relate to that.
Yeah, I can relate though, because I am a sugar baby.
That's
why I can. That's why I
relate
can relate
to it from that side of things.
Yeah, I once went to a funeral and
you were in this exact situation.
Yeah, this actually is my life movie.
You sold the rights to the story.
I'm actually really good friends with Rachel Sennett and Emma Seligman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just asked them, "Okay,
was it the same duo, Seligman and Sennett?"
They didn't write this together. Just Seligman wrote it, but I wouldn't be surprised if Rachel Sennett added some stuff.
Yeah, Yeah, probably. The dad character was really funny. The mom was too, but like more in a stereotypical like mom way.
Oh yeah.
And like specifically like a Jewish mom thing. Like, you got some schmutz on your face. Like, and there's one part where they're straight up just harassing her, like, and like physically too. Like they keep touching her. And she's like, get off me. Like, and it's like it's like taking the joke to like an extreme.
Oh yeah, and like I said, this is why
she's so skinny. Oh my God, look, she's eating when she takes like one bite of something.
And like I said, this is why I'd say it's more of a thriller than it is a comedy.
Well, the whole family aspect of it and being in like a party, or not a party, it's a Shiva, it's like after a funeral. But like being in a family gathering, it's like a lot of people can relate to like some relative, like, what are your plans after college? And you're just thinking like, ugh, like, leave me alone.
Yeah.
Everyone can relate to that, I think. At least the younger generation, probably not as much. Well, I mean, maybe the older people are like, yeah, that was me. I was harassing the young people. What are your future
just the
plans?
idea that someone is like, that's me.
I'm
the one that harasses people.
At the beginning, they're like, oh yeah, she's going to Columbia. It's like, it wasn't her first choice. There's her safety school.
Yeah.
Like, whatever. It's like, yeah, of course it was.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean,
you know what bothered me? Because like at one point she's trying to like listen in on their conversation because her sugar daddy is someone that they know.
Mm-hmm.
It's like surprise. She's like pretending to grab food, and she's like filling her plate or whatever, and then she just like starts putting the food back and like isn't eating or anything because she's trying to listen in. It's like, man, you're really not. You're blowing your cover. Like, you're not doing a good job. It was frustrating, actually. Like, because it's like you're being like so awkward because it's a movie. I think in real life it'd be a lot easier to keep her cool.
Oh yeah.
In such a situation, but it's a movie,
so it has to be. It's got to be a little outlandish, and I think you can see the kind of the seeds for Bottoms.
Yeah.
Being put in Shiva Baby of like.
Yeah.
The outlandishness of it. I mean, the story alone is kind of outlandish, where it's like, it's a it's
at least someone in real life has experienced this.
Oh, definitely.
Horrific tragedy.
Like I said, this is my story. Remember?
Oh yeah, you sold the rights.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
They gender swapped it for
Yeah.
for Shiva Baby, huh?
Yeah. Well, it's a little known fact that I'm the Shiva Baby.
Why would you want to be? Like, clearly it's not a good thing
It's not. No.
from the story here.
I don't know where this joke was going, but
Yeah, you look dumb now.
damn.
Yeah. Why would you definitely don't want to be Rachel Sennett in this situation. It'd be terrible. It's like literally the worst. And there's the one part where everything starts tinting red, and she's just like, looks like she's about to pass out, because there are like all these different sound bites. It's like, man, I'm sweating. Why? Like, this is making me uncomfortable, and so good job, movie.
Yeah. As I said, my sole opinion on this movie, on Shiva Baby, is that this is a psychological thriller, not a comedy, but it's still really funny.
I like how like in the middle there she like doubles down. And it was like,
yeah.
Wait, like this is like, an extra layer
Mhm.
or something. And it's like, no, like clearly now is the time to end the scenario. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
she like doubles down for a second, and yeah, that makes the story longer, I guess. But I feel like that little wrinkle is something that like kind of happens in real life in different situations. And you like double down.
Oh
when
yeah. No,
you
there's
obviously
definitely
shouldn't.
there's definitely a lot. There's a lot of instances where people have doubled down on stuff and it's fucked them. So
And like people, the line like you like the wife knows what's up. Like clearly the jig is up.
mm-hmm.
She figured it out just the way she's like reading her lines angry. You're like, oh man, like what's this seems like a really bad outcome by the end of it, and then like the little glimmer of hope there where she kind of reconnects with the Maya character.
Yeah.
Like she's like, I got you. This sucks, but I got you. It's like that's actually really nice.
Yeah,
a little positive.
It's
a positive thing in there.
It ends kind of a little bit on a positive note.
Because it was going real negative.
Yeah, it is very much a going down the entire movie and having like a very small little like peak.
Yeah.
At the end, but I'm glad you enjoyed it.
I don't know if enjoyed's even the right word, because it's like I'm being like held in place or something, and you're strapping
fun, right?
weights to me. Stop
that's
it.
Fun. That's fun, right?
It's like intense, and then like, and then the dad says something stupid, and you're like, it like releases the tension like 1%, but then like, oh, now we're adding. But then
like 5% tension comes back. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, did you? Well, it sounds like you at least liked it.
It was an experience.
I'm glad you had an experience.
It was almost as intense as Dunkirk.
Damn. I think that's where we gonna. I think we're gonna end it here.
It definitely. I mean, that's a joke, but
yeah,
kind of not really.
Oh yeah, it's very
in a much different way.
Maybe not as intense. As
maybe
Dunkirk,
not in a fear for your life kind of way.
Yeah,
but like emotionally.
It definitely has the fight or flight response.
Oh yeah.
That
See, like that was my thing. Is like the whole time it's like just go outside, like sit on the porch for a while,
leave.
like just kind of take yourself out of the situation. Like that is an option. Like you can just leave.
Yeah, but then there wouldn't be a movie.
She'd be like, the mom would be like, Danielle, where are you? And then like bring her back in. Like
40 minutes of the movie is just like her in the party, and then like the last 30 is just her sitting out on like a porch swing, greeting people. Oh hey,
hey, how you doing?
Hi, yeah. All right, she's on her phone.
Take yourself out of the situation.
And then it just says the end.
Yeah, no kidding.
As she like walks down the street. But
for real though, if I'm in some kind of situation where, I don't want to be there, simply don't, or, just sit somewhere, like sit in the corner and like, I don't know. I think it's easier to fake it in real life, but.
Yeah. Oh, excuse me. Sorry.
You look sick. Is there something wrong with you? And I'm like, no, I'm good. just chilling in the corner or something.
On your
Like
phone.
not engaging.
You're watching the Lions play.
I mean, if it was at the same time as a Shiva, like
I mean,
yeah, in priorities,
especially if it's this season. I mean,
yeah,
Lions are
priorities
going all the way to the Super Bowl.
yeah.
Yeah.
Weird way to. Yes.
Weird way to end this, but
Yeah. Those are my thoughts. Well, I mean,
so basically, what you get from this episode is Oscar season's gonna be long. Bottoms is good. Shiva Baby is intense, and the Lions are gonna take the Super Bowl.
Yep, that's
the whole pod.
Four note.
Yep.
Cliff notes there.
Yeah. But yeah. If you take anything from it, just remember, the Lions are gonna win the Super Bowl.
Yes. we're in a circle now.
Yep. Well, let's get out of the circle. Next week is A Haunting in Venice. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, right? Yeah.
Actually, no.
Damn. Okay, well. I'm pulling it up. I have some topics. Hold on.
It's awkward in here. Get me out of here.
It is A Haunting in Venice. So next week we'll be talking about A Haunting in Venice, as well as I'm gonna task you, kind of like I did with the Mission Impossible movies, to watch Murder on the Orient Express and Death on the Nile, because I will be watching those as well.
I don't know about that.
I'll watch.
How similar are they? They don't have ghosts in their movies. Can't at all.
It's
be
the
similar.
same. It's like in the same series though.
It's not part of the series.
Yeah, it is. It's part of the Agatha Christie, her Poirot series that Kenneth Branagh's doing.
It's a different book. It's a different story. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like Knives Out. Like it's same detective, different story.
It's the same detective?
Yeah, it's the same detective from Murder and Death. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Well, the more you know.
They're not, like, you don't need to see them, though. It's not like...
You probably don't, but it'd be kind of nice to see them.
Yeah, but that takes time.
Yeah, but... All right. Well, next week will be A Haunting in Venice. We'll make sure that we review that and give our thoughts.
Man, it's really awkward in here. What the?
Yeah.
Weird.
It's a haunting. But yeah, check back next week for that.
Everything's turning red. I don't know. And
just
oh my god. Oh no, I broke the glass thing.
But yeah. You can follow me on Letterboxd at _filmworker_. See what I give Death on the Nile and Murder on the Orient Express.
You can also see my ratings for those movies, which I totally will have watched by then, and not just faking it totally. No,
yeah.
I mean, murder mysteries are fun, but do I really need 3 of them?
Yes.
Yes,
you do.
I don't know.
Yep. But yeah, next week we'll do that. Did you even say your Letterboxd?
It's Trevzilla. They know.
Yeah, it's in the description.
It's in the description.
Yeah. Well, we'll see you next week.